Bright Tuty. Every student matters.
Let us move on to the discussion of the back exercises. What is the etymological meaning of heredity? As I told you, the etymological or the origin of heredity is from the Latin word hereditas, which means the capital that the child gets from the parent. What is the significance of heredity and environment in the child's development? How is heredity and environment important for the development of the child? We have learned that heredity provides the child with a capability, but environment provides the child with an opportunity to manage and to, enable and to groom that capability in a person. What is the social environment? So we have learned about the different types of environments also. So what is a social environment that we have learned about? Social environment refers to the association that the child has with the people, with the neighbors, with the, when the child goes for meetings, organizations, and all these external factors that affect the child. What is mental heredity? Again, mental heredity refers to the mental characteristics, the instincts, the mental attributes that the child inherits from the parents, some characteristics like breathing, laughing, crying, moving one's limbs. These are some things that the child has inherited mentally, has inherited from the parents internally. What is the law of variation? The law of variation states that there is a huge probability for the children to be attributed with different characteristics. There is a huge combination of variance in the genes that is possible. And because of this variance in the genes, the children can be born with different qualities. A tall parent may have a short child, a short parent may even have a tall child. Define heredity. We have learned the various definitions of heredity, right? The basic definition of heredity, as we have learned, is the capital that the child inherits from the parent. What is heredity in psychology? So according to the psychologist, heredity refers to the biological as well as the psychological characteristics of a human being. This is what Gilbert believes. What is social heredity? As we have already discussed, social heredity means the etiquette, the laws, the customs, the rituals, the traditions that the child inherits from the parents. What is an environment? And you have to give two definitions. So we have learned the various definitions of environment. You can give any two. How does heredity and environment affect the development of the child? So again, this is something that we have learned. The significance or basically the role of environment and heredity on the development of the children. We've learned this in the last progress, the synthesis of heredity and environment. This is what is required. How does heredity affect the personality of a child? So obviously heredity is on the basis of the genes that the child has inherited from the parents, the combination of chromosomes and the further combinations of the genes. So basically, heredity is going to impact the overall personality of the child, and it is not only on the basis of how and what genes the child inherits from the parents, but also the ancestral genes, as we have learned, play an equal role in the overall development of the child. What is the nature of heredity? So we have learned about the nature of heredity also. We have learned that, heredity basically talks about the biological, about the mental as well as the social heredities we've talked about. Then we've also talked about the law of heredity, the law of variation and the law of regression, and what role does heredity play in the overall development of the children. The mechanism of heredity, it is mating, growth, chromosomes and genes, and then we have the chance factor. You have to describe them. The controversy between heredity and environment, this is again a subtopic which is given in your book. You have to write what is there beneath it. The educational implications, this is the last thing that we've learned, the educational implications of heredity and environment. The two types of heredity you have to explain. There are three types of heredity: biological, mental and social. You can explain any two out of them. The different types of environment. There are four types of environment: physical, mental, cultural and social. You have to describe them. Laws of heredity. There are three laws of heredity: law of variation, law of heredity and law of regression. You have to talk about. And with this, my dear students, we come to the end of this chapter. So we have discussed about the topic and the relevance of both heredity and environment in our life. I hope the chapter was clear to you.